As you can see, I've recently done a lot of damage to my TBR, so we're going to play a little fun game to see what my next reads will be. Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Chronicles of Cass. I'm Cass, and today we're going to be doing a fun little game to pick my next reads. I've been seeing this challenge across my social media, and I wanted to do my take on it. So stay tuned in the Chronicles of Cass, and let's get into this video. I created a TBR wheel with wheelofnames.com, just a random wheel generator, and I inputted all of these books into this system, and we're going to let it select my next read. But first, wait, you need to know a little bit about these books. I got a few of these books from the Black Romance Book Festival and a few of these books from Indie Love Book Festival, and a lot of these are new authors to me. So we have a little bit of thick books, we have some smaller size books, and we have some books that start a series. So here are the rules. The only books that are eligible for this wheel are the books that I got at the recent festivals, the Black Romance Book Festival and the Indie Love Book Festival. I am totally a mood reader. I pick up books based off of how I'm feeling, if I'm vibing with it or not. So to help me out a little bit to get through this stack, I can veto one book if I'm not feeling like reading it at the time. Maybe it's a little too big for me. I'm not really trying to read that many big books, but the next book has to go up on my TBR. So each time I spin, I'm going to start out with 3 books, and when I get to that third book, I will have one wild card. So here are the wild card categories. Reader's choice, I can pick any festival book that I would like to read at the time. Short and sweet, I can choose the shortest book from my festival stack. Back to back, I can continue with the author of the last book I read. Mood match, I can pick based on my current vibe, whether I'm romantic, angsty, I just want something lighthearted, depending on my mood. And cover love, I can choose based off of my favorite cover at the time. The big rule is I am officially on a book buying ban. I can only purchase books after I read 10 out of this stack. In all, we have about 23 books, which I feel like is a comfortable stack given that some of these books start a series. So, in this list, all of these books are in here except the sequels to the series. So, right here we have Happiness in Jersey by Jacina Howard and Finding Kennedy. Finding Kennedy is a second book in this series. Also, we have Finding My Way Out of Darkness, the second book in this series. I have it physically; it's not in this wheel right now. So I will be starting some series in here, but they're not included. Their sequels are not included in this. I might continue it after I get through this wheel. I have a problem with DNFing books. Sometimes I just like to pause books. So if I'm not capable of finishing the book at the time, I can only pause it after reading about 30%. And that's just going to challenge me to practice putting the book down when I'm not feeling like reading it, and maybe I can transition into one of the other books that's in my pick at the time. So those are the rules, and let's get to spinning this wheel. That sounds horrible, actually. Okay, let's spin the wheel. So for the first book in this challenge, we have Finding My Way Out of Darkness. That is the first book in a series by Brianna Michelle. For the second pick, we have Rhythm Blues by Kimberly Brown. And for the third book, we have All I've Wanted, All I've Needed by A.E. Valdez. Yay! Now we're going to spin the wheel for the wild card challenge. Yes, I got short and sweet, which is what I really wanted. I feel like that will help balance out the group that we already have right now. These are all the books that the TBR Wheel chose. We have Finding My Way Out of Darkness by Brianna Michelle. It says Special Ops Agent Brian McClain finds himself teaming up with the FBI to end sex trafficking ring in the city. He doesn't expect to see his first love, Michaela Scott, after so many years, the one that got away, and he's reminded of the fact that she doesn't remember the time they spent together. Brian is determined to help Michaela not only gain her freedom, but win her heart in the process. I know that she says this is a criminal minds type of story, and I'm so intrigued by that because I haven't read anything like that before. All right, the next choice we had was Rhythms Blues by Kimberly Brown. I've seen this across my TikTok a lot, so I'm very excited to get into this one. It says, being the girlfriend of a successful rapper isn't all it's cracked up to be. Rhythm Baker, a successful occupational therapist, held it down for Raheem, her boyfriend of 3 years, without much complaining. After moving across the country to support his career and their relationship, Rhythm has grown increasingly uncomfortable with Raheem's inappropriate behavior and inflated ego. Feeling disrespected, unappreciated, and unheard, she moves out of the home they share, ending their relationship. Despite his recent moves, Raheem isn't willing to let her go so easily. Channing Watson, a renowned music producer, meets Rhythm by chance when he's called by his mother to change a flat tire at her therapy clinic. With their connection unknown and instant attraction fueled by lust, a one night stand becomes inevitable. Though she thought it was over, Rhythm and Channing continue to run into each other, and feelings become just as inevitable as the night of passion they shared. Complications arise when they discover that Channing is in fact Raheem's new producer and Rhythm is his ex. Though their entanglement is messy, Rhythm and Channing's connection only grows deeper as they navigate the potential fallout that's sure to come. With Raheem unwilling to let go or do right, Rhythm is ready to move on and be happy, but will the solace she finds in Channing's presence be ruined once their relationship comes to light? Okay, so one of these things that I did was I was just buying books. I did try to read up on some, but I wanted to be surprised. Like for a moment like this, I didn't know this is what I assumed it had something to do with music because of rhythm. So I like how the name sort of ties together. But this seems like it's gonna be a time, so I'm really excited to get into it. Now, All I've Wanted, All I Needed by A.E. Valdez. I've been wanting to read her work for a very long time, and I was finally able to get my hands on one of her books in person. So it says A Proposal Without Love, a last minute trip to the islands, and a job opportunity she can't pass up. Harlow Shaw moves halfway across the country, leaving everything she knows behind. She has trouble meeting people until a client literally crashes through the door. That's some type of meet cute. They become fast friends, and Harlow has no clue one meeting could create connections she's never imagined. She lost herself in her last relationship, slowly disappearing into someone she barely recognized. And she craves so much more than becoming a partner that shrieks while others shine. I know that's right. A thriving business, a burnt coffee cup, and a friendship he never saw coming. Asen DeCanto has it all, or so people think. But he's tired of the bachelor life. He isn't a people person, doesn't really gain much from being out in the social scene, but he meets a woman who brightens his days and his nights. Eventually, he realizes he doesn't want to live without her. He knows she has a past. He realizes that leaving it all behind is easier said than done. But what can he let but can he let her go if she can't move forward? Hmm, that seems interesting. And there's some pretty chapter art in here too, so and for the wild card, we have When He's Not There by Z. Renee. This will be my first time reading her work as well. It says invasive, possessive, assertive. Truth's right is an ambitious man on a mission. Nothing in nothing in life is off limits to him. Whatever he wants, he gets, even if it's someone else's. This bleeds submissive, captivating. Sanai Lee is a risk taker. Her boldness creates an exit for fear. What she didn't know she needed comes in the form of a truce. What happens when you follow your heart and let him come over when your man is not there? Welcome to Indigo Falls. Okay. And this is a very short read, so I might fly through it. I don't know which one I'm going to start with. But stay tuned for a reading vlog of these books. And thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you soon.